NBA playoffs on YouTube continues when the San Antonio Spurs take on the Los Angeles Clippers. Now, I'm not going to waste any time here. Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, you can call them the new dynamic duo, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Well, both of these guys are at the top of their game. They're definitely top 5, maybe even top 10 at their position in the NBA for sure. I mean, for sure, no doubt about it, no hesitation. Those two guys kind of, you know, I mean, you really can't say kind of. They basically are going to be the reason why LA gets to the championship, if they ever get to the championship, or if they don't, you know. And at this point at Chris Paul's career, and I don't want to go in on Chris Paul, all right. At this point in his career, man, it's like, yeah, man, all the scoring, all the scoring and all the accolades, all the, State Farm commercials. I want to see this guy in the finals, man. I really do. He's a star in this series, and I'll go in on that a little bit more if they advance to the next round because they're taking on the San Antonio Spurs, and the San Antonio Spurs have, Tim Duncan. I mean, Duncan's been doing it, man. He's been doing people dirty since '98, man. I mean, really, it's just crazy, man. And Tony Parker is still fairly a young guy, man. I mean, I look at Tony Parker like he's so old, but he was he was with this team when he was really really young. And then Manu Ginobili. I mean, both of these teams had plenty of stars. I mean, going back to LA, you can look at DeAndre Jordan and the way he's been playing this year and say that he's a star too. So this is a very star-studded matchup. A very evenly matched matchup. I can't forget about Kawhi Leonard and Danny Green, but I'll get to them in a second. But matter of fact, I'll get to them right now. All right, for the San Antonio Spurs, the X factors are Danny Green and Kawhi Leonard, and the reason why they're the X factors is because that's basically where their scoring is going to come from. You know what I'm saying? The bulk of their scoring is going to come from Danny Green and especially Kawhi Leonard. I mean, Kawhi Leonard, you can say that Kawhi Leonard is definitely elite. The guy, has proven it time and time again this year, taking this team and putting them on his back. The guy is the finals MVP from last year, so you know that this is not a fluke. You know what I'm saying? He's basically the predecessor to Duncan and the rest of those guys. Duncan and Parker, the rest of those guys, when those guys start to wrap up their career. He's just going to fill in. I mean, that's basically what he's doing. He's stepping in. And, he's the guy that you definitely have to watch out for. And then for the Clippers, I'm looking at the Clippers and I'm saying, J.J. Redick? Maybe. Matt Barnes? Probably. DeAndre Jordan? Maybe. I mean, all those guys could be X factors in this series, man. I mean, these teams are just so evenly matched. This is probably the most evenly matched series that I'll be talking about this playoffs, this first round of the playoffs. And, just looking down at this teams, man, everything is just so evenly matched from, the intangibles to the playoffs experience. I mean, of course the Spurs have the intangibles edge, with this playoff, with the playoff experiences and, being the defending NBA champions here to defend their crown and everything. So the intangibles kind of lie with the Spurs here. Everything else is just so evenly matched here, man. I mean, point guard for point guard, scorer for scorer. I mean, this is probably definitely going to be one of those series that go down to the 7th game for sure. And in the 7-game series, I really can't call it, man. I mean, at this point, it's like, that's what the point of this video is, to kind of predict it for you guys. But, off the top of my head, I can't call it. So what I'm going to say is that I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt to the defending champions. I say that the Spurs are going to win this series, maybe in 6, maybe 7 games over the Clippers. And it is a shame because, like I said in the beginning of the video when I was about to go in on Chris Paul, like, look, I mean, it's got to happen at some time, man. I mean, the Western Conference Finals has got to happen at some time, and maybe this is the year for Chris Paul to get there. Maybe this is his year. But just too much talent for the Clippers not to. It's just crazy. Like the Western Conference is definitely one. It's definitely the harder and the more superior conference. But when you look at the talent that Chris Paul has around him, and he potentially can't get out of the first round because of the matchup that he's going to be having with this particular team, it's a little concerning. So let me know how you guys feel down below about this nip and tuck series between the Spurs and the Clippers. I definitely think that it's going 7 games. I definitely think it's going 7 games. If one of these teams gets swept, I don't know what to say. I really won't know what to say. So let me know how you guys feel down below. The WC. And I'll see you guys next round.